Hello. Now, as you know, we did put out a poll on whether or not to bring sub content to the channel, and it was a very close poll. And I said, like I said, I would really only do tech lines, maybe some matches that really stood out. But we have the tier 6 British sub, Undine. Okay, Undine. What makes this whole line different from the rest of the subs? Well, the only thing is that it doesn't get dummy torps. It gets only homing torps. That's the real thing about this whole line. Is that it gets dummy torps or homing torps over really everything else. Now you do get a deck gun you can use. That is great. So let's go into it. We do have a bonus package on there, so 10%, 60%, 75%, and 100%. You take off the clan merits and my personal merits, that number just shrinks even more. Upgrade-wise, we have really main armaments 1, damage control system mod 3, dive capacity mod 1, and sub steering gear. So basically the recommended. Honestly, I'm not a sub captain. I am not the best sub, so I will honestly say just do the recommended, honestly. Hydrophone and sub surveillance. Sub surveillance is basically useless. Hydrophone still kind of useful, not a huge amount. Armor wise, basically destroyer armor, you're going to be taking damage. Stability wise, only 9,600. Is that a huge difference? No. With a sub and you play it right, you might as well double that to 18,000. And let's be honest, sub players, especially in randoms, a good sub player is going to be undetected. It's like being a good Shimikaze player. A good Shimikaze player stays undetected. A good sub player is able to stay undetected. That's the difference. The deck gun, though, has only a 4-kilometer range and a 5-second reload. It does fire semi-armor piercing, though, which have a 22mm penetration. So, decent, but let's be honest. If you're on the surface using your deck gun, then you're really not playing subs right. The sonar basically has a max range of 10 kilometers. Torpedoes have a 10-kilometer range, so basically you're able to shoot things out at 10 kilometers and basically have your torps travel 10 kilometers. Now, again, like I said, I'm not the best at sub explaining subs or anything. I don't think most players are. 20-kilometer knot, or sorry, I wish it was 20 knots for sub play. And you're going to see that really reflected in the replay, how I play subs. And that's one thing I would like to highlight about submarines. Subs are great, but they really depend on how to play the op. You've got to know how to play the ops. You've got to know the ops. If you know the ops, then you can put your sub in positions where you know things will happen and can take advantage of that. Like Vader's game in the Blue Archive Aurora, you saw he knew the ops and he was putting his ship in a position to take advantage of that. That's really what it's all about, is taking advantage and knowing the op. If you're going to play it like a normal ship, let's say you're on Cherry Blossom, you follow the ships in. Okay, that's the wrong way. You've got to go straight into the port like you would in a Jaeger. Take advantage of all that damage that is sitting there. That's going to be your damage. While everyone else is busy dealing with everything else, you're going to be working on the port. You're going to be working on your own. That's the whole thing, is that you're working on your own. You're basically a sub player is basically saying, screw the team, you're going to do your own thing. That's really what it is. You try playing like a team player, you're going to be very low on the board. Now, again, Wargaming catering the subs has basically given it, you know, I believe it's been increased base XP and, you know, all those little fun little things. But I mean, they do that pretty much for any class that they put a lot of effort into. Subs, CVs, let's be honest. Concealment, again, like a Shimakaze player, the key thing about subs is stay undetected, think on your own, and do the action. Now, for the build, I'm not the best at subs, of course. So I really just went with the, like, recommended stuff. But I would recommend, again, enhanced sonar, dive capacity, and a lot of people do this one, watchful. And I've kind of looked at that one, I'm like, it's useful. But again, really the main ones are, the ones you absolutely need are enhanced propeller, shaft, and adrenaline rush. Those are really the ones you absolutely need. Those ones are absolutely the ones you need. There's no question about those ones. These ones you need on every ship. After that, it's really just up to your play style. But let's get into the replay, and we'll show you how a sub player plays and doesn't care about the team. Hello. We are on Cherry Blossom with the Undine with Team Molotov, with Team Molotov, Scharnhorst 43, Colorado, and a Cernov, with Vorom in the Issei and Food Devil in the Fuso, and again, me and the Undine. Now, again, with the Lone Hunter, Undine goes about 26 knots. So that's super slow. And I'm going to go straight into the port because I'm at 26 knots. I'm way too slow to actually get in to help to save the regiments and to basically make it back up. So I'm like, I got to pick between whichever one. So it's literally going to be about a few minutes of me just literally sailing straight. So we will put in a timestamp for you to literally pick it up. But again, on the Undine and British subs, they only gets a 10-kilometer ping, 10-kilometer homing torpedoes. Again, hydrophone, sub surveillance, and the patrol bombers for operations. But again, dive battery is 5.5 minutes. And the reload on these torps is 45 seconds, which isn't bad. And you're going to see that in terms of torpedoes, we're not going to really have that much difficulty using these torpedoes, and we're not going to be really short of torpedoes. And I honestly I thought I wouldn't really enjoy the British subs, but I'm actually really enjoying this sub. Like, I feel like it's very aggressive, and I like having all 6 tubes in the front, not having to worry about those back tubes. I like having everything in the front so I can actually be aggressive, really try to really focus on, like, okay, everything's in front of me, so I just gotta not die. So, yeah. But I mean, Undine, it's a very good sub. Now, in terms of, we see the CV dropping torps. We should be seeing shells from Issei and everything. Yeah, Vorom literally destroys it. Now, to be honest, we do see the Issei's planes. Or not the Issei's, but the Sirnoffs. Probably when I got into the port, I realized that the Sirnoff had basically just disappeared. Like, I did not even see his planes. I think he had deplaned himself. Which, I mean, to deplane yourself is very difficult in a tier 6 CV. I mean, to deplane yourself, I hate to say it, but you have some issues. Yes, Sirnoff isn't the best carrier, but it's actually very strong when played right. But again, compared to subs, CVs have a high skill. Yeah, they have a high... Now, we do use our patrol bombers, so we can actually see what the hell we're facing. I go for the Aki because the Aki's what's really the most important thing. Kind of drop them all over the place. Why? Because then I can ping the DD, and they have more of the ability to kind of aim in, and really, again, I think that's kind of a little bullshit, but that's just me. Fortunately, we do ping it on a blind ping. Launch another blind ping. Maybe we'll get lucky. Hits. All 6 torps hit. Looks like we get about 14,000, and it looks like a flood kicked in for a little bit. So I'm literally just sitting here on the surface. I'm literally able to do whatever I really want. We do manage to ping the Mogami. And I'm slightly pulling up because I am slightly worried. Not totally worried, but still slightly worried. We get another 3, so that's about another 16k. Like, I'm literally just nuking and slowly reducing these DD's HP to basically nothing. Now, again, the patrol bombers are like that, and kind of like... we left that Aki literally on no HP. We do drop 1 torp. And unfortunately, our bomber misses it. Now, again, Vorum is literally just going in. He's taking AA, he's shooting. So, he's going to take my Aki kill, and that was... very salty. I'm like, you dick, you know I was shooting everything, and it's like, well, I was just launching my torps, and it's just like, come on. So it's frustrating. It is very frustrating. I launched 2 torps on the Mogami and launch a ping on him. Clears it. Another ping. That pings him. That's permanent. So now the homing torpedoes are able to basically ping him and do their thing. Now we ping him in the same position twice. It jumps up for 25 seconds to 50 seconds. So I know at this point he's screwed. Waiting for all my torps to literally launch, and then I launch a full salvo. And then we just get to ping this Mogami and literally go hunting. So going hunting in ourselves is honestly, I honestly felt playing this like I was a wolf pack, like I was in World War II and playing in a wolf pack. And right there you can see with the ping, we do see the whiteness of, it kind of tells you where the sub is. Yeah. And you see all my torps are all pinging. They're all going to home. And yeah, it's screwed. And we pick up our right.
Enemy cruiser sunk. Commander, we've been detected.
Now again, we've still got about 30. Now we were detected by planes, and that's not a huge deal. We launched 3 sets, or 3 torps on the Otago. We ping him. Homing torps start to home. He clears it, of course. Permanent ping. Torps start rehoming.
Torpedoes dead ahead. Commander,
Slowly descent a little bit. Hopes are turning. And we get about a nice 12K, looks like. And then Devil comes in and hits it, finishes it off. We do take a depth charge there. We're not totally dead. We're not totally hurt. Yeah, so I mean we're fine. We're not hurting. We're okay.
torpedoes dead ahead.
I was kind of worried there for a second. I was like, if I get torped by a actual, if I get torped, then I've got a problem. Use my hydro, or that was actually my sub-surveillance, but the ping, unfortunately it does look like we do miss the Sherry. And so we just slowly rise up, we're not too worried. Launch only 2 torps. Ping him, or actually we launched 3 and then ping him. And he's gone.
Enemy cruiser destroyed.
3 more torps are loaded. And then we just kind of drop them all over the place so we can then ping this destroyer.
Commander, we've been detected.
Again, since he doesn't have the ability to really depth charge us, unless he's absolutely, you know. Now we do ping him. And I'm not worried about planes at this point.
Commander, we've been detected. Problem solved, sir.
Unfortunately, you only get 1. Now, I honestly could have had this Shiriatsu. Hydrophone.
Commander, we've been detected.
One torp.
Torpedoes direct front. Enemy cruiser detected. The ship is on fire.
And we leave it literally due to saturation damage on 13 freaking HP. And I'm like, anyone, please kill this thing.
Problem solved, sir.
And we're just kind of sitting here. And we do see some shell hits. Double ping it, it's 50 seconds, so it's dead. And Devil shoots it and it still misses.
Commander, we've been detected. We've sunk an enemy destroyer.
Now remember, we've literally just cleared out all the heavy targets for the Sharnhorse to literally just go do Sharnhorse things. Like, we've done all the heavy lifting, and he's literally able to just charge into the port at this point. With the Mayoko and the Mogami down, he's able to just do whatever. Would I say submarine play is kind of boring? Yes and no. It's fun. Mainly because it really is honestly a system that can be abused. Like it can be abused. It's a system that is very abusable, and not in the good sense. It kind of just shows you how broken it is. Like, we were able to literally fiddle in the port and legitimately do 26 torpedoes for almost 100k in damage. And yeah,
attack the onshore installation.
We weren't really in trouble all that time. Like, through all that, we were never in trouble.
Ends in 5 minutes.
And like, Sharnhorse is able to literally just push in because, you know, like, let's be honest, the Aki's gone. We killed the Aki. We killed basically the cruisers. Everything that could have burned him and really hurt him is gone. So we were able to literally just do whatever. And yes, the airstrikes will target the aerodromes. They take a lot longer, though. So with only green boosters, we pull 1,600 in free XP, a very small amount of profit, and about only 7,500 in ship XP. And the Sharnhorse literally just beats us by 100, probably because he was able to literally just push in at the very end and get, you know, it's a Sharnhorse. And on Cherry Blossom, let's be honest, these secondary ships don't really have any skill. They require more skill on ops like Narai, Raptor Rescue, a lot of it, but Cherry Blossom really isn't, especially when you've got decent players like Devil and Volram and the Issa that are literally nuking the cruisers that could literally damage him. So in essence, we basically nuked all the ships that could hurt him, so he was able to charge in, let's be honest. Especially all the ships in the port. The dangerous ones I killed. Like, we got 26k on the Mogami, another 25k on the Mayoko, and then, you know, we did 14,000 to the Yaki and 9,100 to the Shiriatsu. And then 12,000, like literally all the heavy ships that would have hurt him, we killed. Like, let's be honest. And for that, we only took 7,000 damage. A little bit of HE shell damage, maybe one depth charge, like, we weren't truly worried. Like, we were able to do a significant amount of HP with what we had. Like, we only had, like, what we had, like, what was it, 1920 in terms of HP, and we did literally, like, triple that. No, actually, no. We did, like, 4 times that. Like, a ridiculous amount. That's a pretty good trade. And we still pull about 250. Yeah, but I mean, I'm literally saying, it's easy, even from a non-sub player who is literally just getting into subs. I legitimately had no issue. Like, there's no issue. There's no trouble. Even on ops like Ultimate Frontier, I had no issue. Like, there is very little to worry about in these subs. Like, they are so easy to play. Probably the only one I would actually say they're actually harder on is Defense of Newport.